Welcome to the world of Duel Monsters.
Dude, Vanquish Soul though, man, out of all the deck, I think I've seen you the most excited for besides Runic was like the last one, but this one I feel like you're like the most excited for, dude.
This one has it all. It's a cool theme. It's a cool effects, fighting games. And it just feels very satisfying if you're able to pull off the cool effects that require you to, reveal multiple attributes. Mm-hmm. So it's almost satisfying, like, yes, I had it in my hand. I get to do the good one.
Yeah,
lot. I'm sure card players or Yu-Gi-Oh players will look at that as like inconsistent, or not that great. But it's like almost that same feeling like when you're playing a fighting game and you do your combo correctly and then you do your super.
Yeah, oh yeah, true.
Then it's satisfying.
Nice. And who doesn't love fighting games, dude? Right?
I know. It's a Marvel vs. Capcom action.
Yeah.
Guys, what's up? It's Metabro Max here at Nasty Nick's Dungeon, doing our first ever deck profile at his place, and we're gonna be showcasing my VS versus deck profile. So get ready. And we're gonna get started here. I'm just super excited to show you guys this deck profile. It's something that doesn't happen too often with me in Yu-Gi-Oh, where I get excited about an archetype, and this time around we got a fighting game archetype. So to start it off, we got the Heart and Soul in the deck. We're doing 3 of the Rosin. He's the main piece you really want to reach for to get your other missing piece for your combo. It's usually going to be 2 to 3 cards that you really want to see in your hand, and this is just going to reach you for it. This is when he's normal or special summoned. You can reach for a Vanquish Soul monster, and he also has a quick effect where if you reveal a fire or a fire dark, you get the appropriate effects. One of them being where he cannot be destroyed by card effects, and the other one being where he can destroy a face-up monster on the field to wherever column he's pointing to. So you're really going to want 3 of this guy. Next, we got what I think is the win condition of the deck. We want to do 3 of the Borger. Borger is just a really big 25 beat stick that could just be specialed by tagging out, with the tag out mechanic. And he has a really cool effect where you can draw a card just by revealing a dark. And second effect that you really can't forget about, considering that these are quick effects, you can burn your opponent for 15. So it has a lot going for it, and I got some cool stuff set up for this guy so I can try to push for the game. Let's see. Next, give us some room. We got 3 of the Dr. Madlove. This is, I think, the last 3 of I run in the deck. I think another key component to the strategy reaches for any spell or trap Vanquish Soul card for the deck. Unfortunately, not Stake Your Soul, but all in all, she's still pretty good. She has the quick effect of revealing a dark and an earth, and you can bounce a monster on the field with the lowest defense, or you can reveal a dark, and I believe it's like a stat change of 500. Your opponent's monsters lose 500 attack, I believe, attack and defense. But wait, yeah, one face of monster your opponent controls is 500 attack and defense. But overall, you run her for the name, you need her for the dark attribute, and spell and trap searcher. So all in all, still an amazing card. Next, we got our other boss monster other than Borger, but we're running him at 2. We're doing Vanquish Soul Caesar Valius. This one's really awesome, guys. So you tag him out by returning any Vanquish Soul monster from the field to the hand. Special him out. You can dodge a lot of things like that. And if you reveal an earth, this one is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects, so that has a lot going for it with it being a really big guy with 3,000 attack. And if this one's different, you have to reveal 3. It's a big one. If you reveal all 3 of the main attributes, which are earth, dark, and fire, you can target a card on the field and destroy it. So it's like a trident, Another earth target to reveal, all the attribute revealing is really important in the strategy. I'll be showing you guys, but it's part of the archetype why I love it so much. But yeah, this I think another win condition for the deck is just you really need big bodies on board, and you're really breaking down boards and pushing for 3k and 25, burning for 15. You're just about there for a game, Next we have Vanquish Soul, the Pluton HG. I notice how a lot of people in the community don't really like this card, but I think regardless, everyone agrees that you have to run at least one for the name and for the attribute. Its quick effects can come in handy for special summoning it, but it's very specific. You can only special summon it on your opponent's turn. And the revealing for the fire or the dark in the earth just really give it a stat boost to either 3,000 attack or 3,000 defense. It can come up, but again, I really want to mess around with it a little more to see if I can push for more on my ratios. But as of now, yeah, I agree with the one copy. Next we have for the Vanquish Soul lineup, the one Pantera. I think she's just again required for the name and the attribute for Earth. She's a free body on board, and this deck really loses to Rivalry and Goes in Match, but can really abuse There Can Only Be One. So when they try to lock you in, you just special her out and you reveal what was for this one, Earth and Fire, and you can destroy a spell or trap in the column that this card special summoned to. So boom, floodgates, bye bye. So for now, I think one is cool. I want to test her out. Maybe I can find room for two, but again, I want the deck at 40, so it's going to be a little difficult. Next, we're going to do non-engine support. I want to do the one Pankratops. I think it's amazing, going second, it can be awesome. If I draw it going first, it's a reveal Earth target, so it's got that going for it. It can really help me disassemble boards, and if not, it will also be a body to push for game. So all in all, I think this is a decent choice for the deck. Along with Hank, I think having him team up with his buddy, Fenrir, we're going to do two Fenrirs. Again, for the Earth attribute on this one, I think Fenrir is really amazing for the archetype right now, at least until we get more support, or I think of maybe switch up my style. This is just what I feel comfortable with at the moment, guys. But I think Fenrir at 2 is decent. Special, free special, get another copy of itself, and at worst, banish a monster, and again, just really helps because of the Earth attribute. And the next attribute that we're doing for the support is going to be Fire, and you guys know we're going to go with Ash. Ash is always an impactful staple in the metagame, and I think right now it's just still relevant and good enough to be running. One, for the hand trap, and two, amazing that it's Fire, so it has a home in the deck for it. Usually fits in any deck, but we're going with the Ash. Next, the last hand trap I'm running, or monster related hand trap, we're doing two Nibiru. I think it's just, I know it's not an attribute for the archetype, but it's just too good not to run. I opted for 2 because I'm really messing around with some ratios for the back row, but I think 2 is good, just to see it, and if it comes up, but you can always just side it out, game 2, or when it's unnecessary. Spells and traps for the deck. The other part of the, heart and soul of the deck, we're going to go with Stake Your Soul. The super broken, most powerful spell of the deck. Unfortunately, it's not a Vanquish Soul card, so I can't really search it. But you're going to want 3 of this bad boy. You're going to reveal 1 monster in your hand and special summon 1 Vanquish Soul monster with the same attribute, but different from your deck. So, you reveal... That's what it was, right? Sorry, I'm gonna just double check. With the same attribute but different name, yeah. So you're gonna reveal your Ash, you're gonna get your Rosin. You're gonna reveal the Fenrir, you're gonna get your Caesar or your Pantera. You reveal any of the Dark, Dr. Madlove, you get Borger, you get Madlove. So you see where the pattern is. So it's really amazing that it lets you reveal any monster. So that's what it's got going for it. But yeah, you really want it at 3. You really want to see it like opening hand, just to complete your hand, and you get your opening board going. Next, for the Vanquish Soul spells, we got 2 of the Continue, question mark. It's like the Reborn of the deck. You pay 500 life points and you get it in defense mode. It can really extend your plays, considering the Link monster gives you something from the grave. So if you're running, you got the Continue, you can continue and then just save the Link monster's effect for the other effect of adding to hand. But I think 2 seems really good right now, so I'm opting for that. Next, continuing for the Vanquish Soul spells and traps, we're doing Vanquish Soul, Dust Devil. We're going to do the 1, considering Mad Love can just search this stuff, you know, the Continue and the Dust Devil. Really good card. Could really, you know, max out the potential on it depending on how many Vanquish Soul cards you have on monsters you have on board. You know, just flip them down and get in there and break their board. But 1's good. You know, you can just search it and just pop it off whenever you're ready. Next, we got, you know, the Searcher, the draw engine. We need the Prosperity in here to really reach for that key piece that we might be missing from our hand. I know it interferes with Borger, but I think a lot of people in the community are willing to overlook the fact just to really get us those key pieces we need to, you know, to get the game going. But yeah, you're gonna want this one at 3. This can even, you know, reach for that Stake Your Soul, so you're kind of running 6, right? The 1 Rhoda for the Rosin. I was thinking of running like Durandal, the Infernoble Arm, to search it, but I'm just trying to be really consistent and have all of my cards do something immediately, you know, and a lot of those Small World and Durandal really require you to have other components just to get them to work properly. So we're just going with the Rhoda and the pots, so should be fine for now. This deck can just really ride on this card, and I'm sure it takes it really far. The fact that we can abuse There Can Only Be One is very beneficial to the deck, and this is I think a lot of the reason why it can stand a chance in the meta game right now. You know, traps are good again, and a lot of decks get really shut down by this, so you're gonna want it at 3. Next, I'm opting for Infinite Impermanence. I guess this would be, you know, the final hand trap in the spell and trap section. With what I'm opting to like kind of do in the deck, I want my win conditions to be like Borger and like my monsters in deck, as opposed to like Toolbox and the extra deck. Infinite Imperm I think goes really well with my last trap, and my last trap I'm opting to main Eradicator. I think they don't really have to be decks don't really have to be focused on spells or traps to really lose against this. There's just a lot of strategies that can't handle. Just opting to choose spells, you know, they can really do a lot with their monsters, but they really need their spells. So you contribute your Borger to make the Eradicator go off, and it's something you can do very simple, like on your very basic Vanquish Soul combos. So I think my win condition I want to go for in this deck right now is to Virus people, Borger them, you know, either do draws with a Borger and burn them, and, you know, just set up with, you know, hand traps and stuff and floodgates. So I think it's a really good control deck. But yeah, I think that rounds out the main deck. 40 in the main deck, and I think it's just about 20/20 if I'm not mistaken on monsters and spells and traps. The extra deck, so this is an archetype that doesn't really care about its extra deck other than just 1 slot really, but you max it out at 3. We're gonna do 3 Rock of the Vanquisher. So this is a really important piece to most of the mainline combos. It's a link 1 that just requires 1 Vanquish Soul monster. You link it off, and then it makes it to where you can't attack anything other than, like, I think the highest attack Vanquish Soul monster on board. So like they won't aim for this, and then it has a quick effect of either adding a Vanquish Soul from your graveyard or special summoning 1 from your hand, and that's quick effect. So you can do it when you summon it, and then you can do it on your opponent's turn. So it's got a lot going for it. you link it off for after, you know, when you get your Rosin play, and then you just go off from there. Really, you know, you have a lot of choices. What's cool about it is, you know, it points down, so you can really make use of the Nightmare monsters and, you know, co-link them and get that draw in, because, you know, you really want to get those extra draws to get your pieces in, right? So that's really cool. You know, normally a lot of people don't use the Cerberus. I've seen it being used. I thought it was awesome, so I thought I'd give it a try. Once you're already here, you know, you just climb up to the Unicorn, you know, and once we Unicorn, you know, you just push for game if you're really, you know, having a hard time finishing up the game with your main deck. But you know, it can come in handy. Again, it's not stuff you might not even need or go into. Remember, we run the Prosperity, so we might be banishing some of these. That's it for these link monsters for that link package. Next we got a lot of level 4s in the deck, so we're running some really cool, generic stuff. We're doing Exiton, clear boards. This card's just nasty, man. It's like a really like MVP, I think, XYZ lately in the meta game. I think Branded just automatically loses. And then this is a deck where you kind of really want to get rid of back rows too, so the Tornado Dragon helps. That's it for those generic toolbox Xyzs that I'm using. And then for the last ones, they're weird targets, guys, but I'll explain it in the side deck. Not much to explain, but I am running Ultimate Slayer, so we're running Ultimate Slayer targets. I can't even say this dude's name. We got the Synchro target, and we got the Garura, the Entis, and the Fossil Warrior. So I thought, again, an archetype that doesn't care about its extra deck, so there's a lot of flex spots. This one, when it's sent to the grave, it can negate a monster on board. This one can return you can banish it from the graveyard to return any card on the field to the deck. This one, when it's sent, you can draw a card. This one, when it's sent, you can destroy a monster on board. And this one, when it's sent, you can banish it from the grave to destroy a monster. So again, like a lot of deconstruction of boards, so I think a lot of this stuff really comes in handy. But I'll be talking about it right now when I get to the side deck. But yeah, that rounds out the extra deck. I maxed it out at 15. But moving on, we're doing 3 Ultimate Slayer. I really like decks that don't utilize the extra deck too much, and they use them as toolboxes and stuff, but gives me an opportunity to use really good cards like Ultimate Slayer. I thought about Dogmatica Punishment, but it doesn't really work considering it doesn't let you summon from the extra deck until the end of your next turn or something like that. But with those targets, will really help you break down boards, and Ultimate Slayer can't even be responded to with monster effects, so that's pretty good. You're already what I'm going for. I'm already trying to shut them down with Eradicator, so no spells or traps to respond to this. So I think it's a good target. I'm just trying it out for now. Who knows? I might opt out to making a 6 material Zeus, but this seems good to me right now. Next we have another target for the attributes, and this is an Earth target. We're doing the Ghost Spell. I think she's pretty good, but not good enough to main deck, so I think when specific matchups come up, this is when she's gonna really shine. But for now, she's in the side at 3, just to really see her. And for the attribute, board breakers are really good this format. I really wanted to do evenly. I really wanted to do evenly, but at the end, I think I wanted to really just opt out and try for the Dark Ruler, considering I'm trying to really virus my opponent, and really get rid of those spells by distributing my border. I really want my win condition to be pushing for game with my Vanquish Soul monsters, burning for Borger, and getting rid of your spells and traps. So, that's what I'm opting for, and I think Dark Ruler better serves that purpose, and I still get my battle phase even though I get half damage. Cosmic Cyclone, back row, boo. Back row hate, you gotta have it. So Cyclone, I think, is still the best target for my needs. And next we got, to round it out, the third Nibiru, for when playing like Sword Soul or something, Dragon Link, Heavy Samurai. I don't know, there's just a lot. But when I feel like I need that third copy, it's there for me, I'm doing one Deck Devastation Virus, again, for specific matchups. I'll probably just side out one of the other viruses or one other random card. Again, this is like, really depends on your locals or whatever event you're going to, but this is kind of just what I felt comfortable with at the moment and what I thought of at the top of my head. The deck can really utilize the virus cards considering it's got the dark monsters and the appropriate attack power, so I'm just going for the one. And then the one Trinity Burst. I think it's a cool little tech. I think for now I want it in my side, and when I see like maybe appropriate opportunities to side it in is when it's really gonna come in. And you really only need the one because Dr. Madlove searches for it. But yeah, I think that rounds out my side deck. That's 15 cards, and I think that's the deck. Alright guys, I'm going to show off a test hand to see what this deck can really do and really stick it to your opponent.
Nice.
So let's check it out. Do a test hand. We're going to play some Ideal Yu-Gi-Oh right now. You know, you got your key piece right here. That's what we're looking for. You got the rosin. Sweet. You got a Dr. Madlove. And we got a Vanquish Soul continue. So, see, right off the bat, you got a lot of variety going for this hand. So I think this will give you like your standard like mainline, one of your mainline combos. You're gonna normal summon. So right here, we're just gonna go for the search. And we already have a dark, and we have a fire. I know this light doesn't add on to it, but we're gonna want to go for that Borger because we really want to go for that game condition of burning your opponent. We got the Eradicator going, so right here you add the Borger, and then now you link it off. Boom, link summon. Let's go for the Rock of the Vanquisher. So that's your link one. You're gonna rock the Vanquisher. So right here you have a choice to either get back your rosin to your hand, and then now you're open to revealing Earth and Fire once you get the Earth piece, but Fire is one of the main components. Or you can special summon Madlove, and from here Madlove would search maybe your other spell or trap, in this case maybe like Dust Devil. So I think for the sake of the combo, and because we drew continue, I'm going to special from hand, quick effect, rock the Vanquisher to do the Madlove in defense mode. And then from here, Madlove effect, so we're going to be able to search. We'll do the Dust Devil. And this is going to first, guys, so remember, we started off with 5 cards. So right here we have a number of things we can really do, which is pretty cool. Madlove has the ability to quick effect, send something back. So we can either leave her on board and bring back Rosin, bring back Borger, or you can really extend right now just if you want the draw. So let's just extend and get the draw. So quick effect, Borger in hand. You switch, you send back your Madlove, you special the Borger, and then let's do attack mode over here, not under the link. And then you can quick effect, reveal for a dark, reveal the dark. That's the Madlove that you have in hand. You draw 1 card, drew into Rosin. And then from here, you just kind of set up, guys. You set your Epidemic Virus. You're holding a Primal Being. You can set the Devil. And then from here, you can activate Vanquish Soul Continue to pay 500 life points. Goes to grave. 500 life points. Special summon a Vanquish Soul monster from the graveyard, and either add it to my hand or special summon in defense position. But right now, because we kind of set up like this board, we'll put it in defense position because we put the Dust Devil in hand, and now we're able to set more cards face down because we control more Vanquish Soul monsters. You can go that route. That rock won't count. And on your opponent's turn, you can quick effect, draw another card, and you also have the Eradicator, so you can call spells. So you're really kind of just like controlling your opponent, really, and then they'll pass it over to you, and then you're able to continue your plays with your other monsters and just kind of start hitting your opponent. That's really the idea that I have going for the deck. It's really shutting your opponent down with a virus, doing your Borger draws or Borger burn. In this case, we were able to extend, not with burn, but with the Dust Devil and the Rosin in hand due to the continue. But there's a lot of routes, guys, but this is just something that I was able to kind of do through a test hand and playing Ideal Yu-Gi-Oh with no hand traps and stuff. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like that video, subscribe to the Super Meta Bros, and beat down that notification button so you can see more VS content, because as of now I'm comfortable, guys, but I'm sure I'll be really changing up my ratios soon. Till next time, peace out.